I was recently reminded by a viewer that there's another really cool Gadd shuffle out there. It's one that he's used a lot on a lot of early recordings around the 70s or whatever. And it's one that I've seen him play 100 times, and I've used it a bunch of times. And, you know, I just thought it was one of his more popular ones, and everybody knew about it. So I didn't really bother doing any kind of instruction on this one. But then I realized not everybody knows everything. There's a lot of people out there. There's probably a ton of y'all that still hadn't seen what this is. But yeah, he definitely uses this particular shuffle more than the other one that I showed you in the previous video. So I figured, why not? Let me show you guys what it is. For those of you that do know what it is, you can go ahead and skip this video. Hit the like button first and then skip the video. But for the rest of you guys that haven't seen this yet, stick around, you're gonna dig it. Now I wanna talk specifically to my blues rock drummers out there, blues country drummers, all of you dudes, pay attention, man. If I got any fans, viewers watching this from Texas or Tennessee or basically any one of those areas where you might get shot if your shuffle sucks, you're gonna wanna check this out, man, because you're missing out on a whole bunch of feel playing the shuffle if you don't do it this way. So let me show you what it is. The idea anyways is real simple, but I'll show you how to work on it and what's involved and all that kind of stuff. The idea of this particular shuffle is actually quite simple. We're just using the left foot to help to create the feel for the shuffle. Now, the one that I showed you in the previous vid of the shuffle that I learned from Dave Wacko, that one's a little different, and it's kind of a little bit easier because everything's happening upstairs, right? It's just the hands. It's just getting used to that whole thing. Whereas this one involves the left foot. So there's gonna be some coordination stuff happening here. So for that reason alone, if you never plan to play this shuffle in front of an audience, that's cool. But it would be something that would be cool to add to your practice routine just for the benefits of the coordination involved in it. So let me get into this, show you real quick how it's done. The concept, again, is pretty simple, but if your coordination is lacking a little bit, it's going to be a great and fun thing to do to help to build that up. So to get into this, all we have to do, first of all, is start out by counting the triplet, and we're going to count it like a shuffle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of thing. And all we're going to do is play the ahs with the left foot. So I'm going to give you 2 variations of this to get started with, just to start you on your way. And then afterwards, you can start varying up your bass drum patterns and stuff like that. But right now, you just want to get the left foot happening. You want to sort of integrate it inside of the groove so that you can keep this going while doing whatever you want on this side. The first one I'm going to show you is very simple. Bass drum pattern, you're just going to play all of the quarter notes. The second one I'm going to show you involves just a little bit of a different feel on the bass drum. We're going to add an offbeat on there. This one's going to prove to be a little more difficult than the straight quarters. And this one sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The key to making this happen, and the main thing that's going to help lock everything in when you're playing this groove, is to pay attention to all of the notes that line up between the left foot and the right foot, or the left foot and the left hand, or all of the above. Like, there's going to be notes where 2 limbs are going to line up, or 3 limbs are going to line up, and you're going to be nailing all of these notes at the same time. The trick is to play them all and make sure they don't flam, because that's just going to mess everything up. It's going to ruin it for you. So you want to make sure and land those notes at exactly the same time. If you're paying attention to the left foot and paying attention to when these notes land at the same time, that's the information that you're trying to download in your head. Once you get it in there and you've done this for, a few hours, then it's in there. And then once you start to speed up, it feels very natural and it'll be easy to keep straight. But if you just try to charge through it and make sense of it without really paying much attention to what the feet are doing, you're never going to get it. So you got to pay attention to the left foot. Concentrate on this side of the kit. Your right side knows what it's doing already. This side is kind of wanting to creep in there and work with everything else. So you got to pay more attention to the left foot, work it in there slow, and then you can gradually speed up. And then eventually you'll be able to keep this going while you're playing fills, while you're playing the ride, while you're switching up your bass drum pattern is another thing, because you don't want to be just locked into one specific thing. So you want to be able to vary up your kick pattern and all that other kind of stuff while keeping this going. It's challenging, but you'll work it out. Don't worry about it, man. It's just muscle memory. I love this kind of thing because when you play the shuffle this way, you can get really lazy with it and it'll just sound sweet. You can just put the right amount of lag in this groove and just really relax. You know, play those quarter notes on the hats. And you just get this really sort of laid back, lazy kind of shuffle that just friggin' feels awesome. So there you go, man. You blues rock drummers, you blues country drummers, if you got gigs this weekend, try this out because you're really gonna dig it, man. It's a lot of fun, and when you get the rest of the guys in there sitting on top of this thing, it's just gonna, whatever you're playing, it's just gonna move and feel real nice. So there you go, man. Another variation. Gadd, genius, very cool shuffle. Try it out.